Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're starting to get some numbers in now. We're starting to see just how far Captain America 4 is dropping in week 2. And it looks like the quote-unquote experts were right. They said it was going to be between 66% and 70%, and it's 68%.
I expected it to be worse than that, honestly. I expected it to go closer to 80%.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst thing ever. They said that actually its box office take has surpassed the entirety of the Marvels.
Well, that didn't take much.
So there's that, but
that bar was underground 10 feet. But okay.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it is, people's expectations were, people's expectations were low, but this is also, it's a sequel, but it's not really a sequel because it's not a Steve Rogers Captain America movie. It's not, and Civil War was basically an Avengers movie.
Yeah, but they're tying it to the Incredible Hulk, though.
Right. So we'll talk about it. We're just going to look at the numbers, right? I can't speak for the quality of the movie. Have not seen the movie. I just think it's interesting to watch the numbers on these movies because you can gauge where the public is with a franchise or an IP, kind of based on whether or not they come back for week 2. And this one, like a typical Marvel movie, a lot of times it's, the diehards are going to go in week 1. It's going to drop off in week 2. And if it doesn't
Unless there's a lot of interest for it.
Unless there's a lot of interest. Or
like
it has
Deadpool,
a lot
Wolverine or whatever. Right.
Repeat viewability, which a lot of people went to Deadpool and Wolverine multiple times, as I understand it. And that was an outlier because that was more of a Fox thing that was a Disney thing. But let's talk about this before we get into it any further. Please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants. Guys, you'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
Go out to clownfishtv.substack.com, guys. I'm going to start pushing you over there. I'm going to have you sign up, please, for email over there. And the reason I'm doing that is because the notifications on YouTube are pure ass. I don't know what is going on, but the last couple of weeks, I've had multiple people write me and they're like, I am not getting notified of your videos anymore. And I think it's some kind of an algorithm change or something. But if you go out to clownfishtv.substack.com, every time we post a video, you will get notified and you can watch it. And
it's free to sign up too.
It's free to sign up. It's not a paid. This Substack is not a paid thing. Just sign up and you'll get an email every time we upload a video. So check that out, please. So let's talk about this. It's come from the Wrap, and again, they were very damn close. People said it was going to be between 66 and 70%, and it was 68. So Captain America: Brave New World sinks to 28 million second weekend at box office. The film dropped 68%, and The Monkey opened to 13.5 million. The monkey's about a killer monkey. That's
Isn't
what the movie's
the
about.
toy, the symbol toy?
Yeah, it's based on Stephen King. I think Monkey Shines was the original version of it, I think. And apparently it's a couple of brothers trying to fight a killer monkey, and it's done by the guy who did Long Legs.
Oh, great.
So, which has traumatized our daughter. Long Legs has definitely traumatized her. We watched it. I didn't know it was going to be as creepy as it was. And she's like, yeah, I'm never watching that movie again. So I don't know if she's going to watch The Monkey.
Her brother probably will, though. Anyway.
I'm sure he will. It said Disney Marvel's Captain America: Brave New World is proving to be as front-loaded as its mediocre opening weekend suggested. This is coming from the Wrap. This is a Hollywood publication. Industry estimates have the film earning 28 million in its second weekend. Should that hold, it would represent a 68% drop from its $88 million 3-day opening weekend, and it would be slightly below the 31.9 million second weekend of Ant-Man and the Wasp.
So it's still going to be behind Ant-Man and the Wasp, and that's saying something because that was considered a fail.
They're basically saying it like, hey guys, it did better than the Marvels. It's like, okay, well, that's a really low bar.
A very low bar.
It has an estimated 10-day domestic of 147 million. Captain America: Brave New World is on pace to finish with less than 200 million domestic if it continues to drop at the pace of Quantumania, which fell another 60% in weekend 3. That is not good. I mean, I don't think this movie was, I'd say it's not super expensive, but then, we had the reshoots and all that. I don't know what it actually cost them, right? I'm sure Ant-Man and the Wasp was probably more because it was like all special effects shots. Yeah. And they were trying to lead it. They're trying to build up Kang, and they're trying to lead into Secret Wars. Nobody gave a shit. But that's not great. I mean, it's really not great. It said in second place this weekend is The Monkey, a pitch black horror comedy from Longlegs director Osgood Perkins, and 13.5 million. And they said Longlegs did really good last summer. They spent all the time talking about Longlegs in Paddington in Peru.
That's bad.
And in fifth place is the Chinese mega hit, Nurja 2, which has finally overtaken Inside Out 2. But that's pretty good, right? I mean,
yeah, but they're saying that people are questioning it though, because they're saying it's going by the Chinese box office. So who knows?
That is true. They're going by the Chinese box office, but yeah. So I mean, look, here's the thing. Marvel's not where it was. I think that the movies, going forward, people are going to pick and choose what they want to see. They're not going to go see all of them like they used to, because there's really no point. They had a whole thing on. I think it might have actually been Screen Rant or something, but they put together an article talking about how they had all these end credit and mid credit scenes from all these recent Marvel phase 4, phase 5 movies, and they never went anywhere. They never did anything with it.
Yeah, they did that a lot. Yeah.
Like, because they didn't know where they're going.
Stuff, and yeah, they changed it. Yeah.
They didn't know where they're going with it. At least with, the first couple of phases, you could see it was all building toward Infinity War. And now they just don't care. Right. So anyway, on the plus side, 1 week after release, Captain America Brave New World, it reached 208 million. So that'd be global, I'm sure, surpassing the Marvel's $206 million total.
Yeah,
so there we go.
Like I said, the bar was very low.
The bar was low. Like, people, when the Marvels came out, people were like, my God, how low is Marvel going to go?
But it didn't stay in theaters that long either. They only had it in like a couple of weeks, like 3 weeks, and they took it out. So, it passed the Marvels. But I don't know how much it's going to go past that if they have to pull it from theaters too, but it keeps dropping off a cliff. So we'll see. It's going to go past it, obviously, but how much?
So that's what they're trying to spin as the win now, is that it passed the Marvels. But I mean, look, to me, it looks and feels like just a very expensive episode or finale of the Disney Plus show. And I think that's what a lot of people are feeling.
I think it looks like a Disney Plus show.
And it's not, it's not about the quality, because I've had people write me. I've had people be like, hey, I liked it. It was really good. It wasn't woke. I've had other people be like, yeah, this is just Disney Plus stuff. I've had other people be like, I hate this movie. It sucked. It had all these plot holes and blah, 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 blah. I mean, look, what is going on here is the universal love for the Marvel movies is over.
That's what I think it is too. Yes.
That's the big takeaway. And people are a lot more critical. And like I said in the other video, now the mainstream media is calling it out, and they wouldn't for years. They would not say anything negative about Marvel. They would not say anything negative about Star Wars. If anybody had a problem, a legit concern with these franchises, they were alt-right Nazis.
Wait a minute. Just for a second. Hold on. They're talking about having surpassed the Marvels in 1 week. Captain America Brave New World is on track to climb the MCU's ranking over the following 2 weeks. At this rate, it could surpass Black Widow, which didn't do well in the theaters because they had it on Disney Plus.
Yes.
Brave New World could surpass that. They could surpass Eternals, which, was another one that was convoluted mess and everybody hated it. And it was considered a bomb because it was also doing the pandemic stuff too. It could pass that one. Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings, which was another one that was, iffy because of the pandemic. And Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, before it's available on streaming. Again, that was considered a bomb, and Ant-Man's still surpassing it in every way. So I doubt it's going to go past that. But if it beats the Eternals or Black Widow, that's not really a win.
Yeah, they're trying to say they think it's going to be Venom. Venom 3, I guess, did 456 million.
That's again not a win.
That's not really great. I just think, look, we're past peak Marvel. Now I'm sitting here thinking, like, when Secret Wars comes out, that should be like the next Endgame level thing. It should be over $1 billion, but will it? I don't know if it will.
It depends on how fast Fantastic Four does and what they do after they get through Thunderbolts and Captain America.
Because Thunderbolts, I think, is going to do ass. I don't think people are going to go see it in the numbers. I mean, I don't even think it's going to do as well as I could be wrong, but I don't think it's going to do as well as Captain America. Because nobody knows the Thunderbolts, and they literally are just the leftover characters from every Disney Plus show, right?
And again, you have to be familiar with all those Disney Plus shows.
Yeah, and that's a big problem. So I don't know. I mean, that's just kind of like I'm kind of curious, because I was like, well, Secret Wars is going to put him back on track. Robert Downey Jr. is. I don't know if it's a guarantee, and people's reactions to Fantastic Four have been mixed. You know, I personally like the aesthetic of it, but I need to see more in a trailer. But I don't know if Marvel's ever going to recover, if Marvel's ever going to go back to being what it was, ever.
I think they've just oversaturated everything. And then, and of course, every time there's diminishing returns from bad decisions, the idiots decide to double down on those bad decisions, and they're still taking it to the comic route and doubling down on bad decisions.
Yeah, I mean, we did the video yesterday talking about how they're going to insert Ms. Marvel into the X-Men timeline, and she's going to be the most important X-Men ever.
Yeah, so you've missed that video. It was from yesterday, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like they are not learning their lesson. I don't understand it. Like we talked about this the other day about Disney, like with another video we did was them talking that they might do ticket prices based, like they even change at different times of day based on demand. And I'm like, they cannot learn. It's not even hard lessons. It really isn't. But they just can't seem to understand or learn anything across every division. And it makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Did he more write-offs?
I don't know. I mean, it gets to a point where, like, are you trying to fail?
You have to.
Like,
at this point, you have to be deliberately trying to be this stupid.
I don't know. I feel like Feige really didn't have a plan. I think he got handed a plan when.
And I think when he had to start his own with Phase 4, 5, and they were going to that retreat, and that's when it all fell apart. When they were given a plan to Phase 3, it was fine, but then they had to develop Phase 4, Phase 5, and beyond, and that's when they had that retreat they made a big deal about. And after he was put fully in charge, it just literally went off a cliff.
Yep. I can almost guarantee you that they're saying up in the comics now that they're going to put Ms. Marvel in the X-Men movie when they bring the X-Men to the MCU, and they're going to make her like the most important character.
That's stupid because people don't like her, and it's nothing to do with the actress. She's a sweetheart.
No, she seems cool. She seems like a cool kid.
The character does not connect with people. They've tried rebooting the comic multiple times. They put her in the video game set front and center. People hated it. They made her show, and they put it all over. They gave it away for free on linear TV. Still didn't watch it. People don't care.
Yeah. So there we go, guys. They were right. They were correct. The pundits were correct. It did drop. And this is to be expected. We'll see where it winds up. But yeah, it's not a huge win. I mean, it's not the floor, but it's not great. I mean, a C-, you know, it's not failing, but
well, the cinema score was B. It was B,
lowest they ever got.
Yeah,
B-
or something. Yeah. It was the lowest it's ever gotten.
Yeah,
for a Marvel film.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's interesting to watch the decline of Marvel because it's just a kind of a case study in what not to do.
If you had told me that like 6 or 7 years ago this is what happened, I would not have believed you. Same with Star Wars. Same with Disney in general and the theme parks. I wouldn't even care if I went. I would never have believed you.
This happens though. I mean, I'm sitting here thinking like all these like really great franchises, these movies that were massive hits. Like I think about the Terminator franchise and how the first 2 Terminator movies were massive hits. Terminator 2 was just a huge hit when it came out. And then every movie after that just would do worse and worse and worse. And to the point now where like, the last one they had where they killed off John Connor was just a complete failure. And they went
Shocker. Because every time they do it, they try to reinvent the wheel and they try to push it to a narrative more and more and more. And it just pushes audience. It pushes all right. The audience is out the door. They don't want to be part of it.
You're better off, I think, quitting when you're ahead. But when you're a company like Disney, you don't get that memo. You're like, we paid.
Oh, no, they have to get every penny out of it.
Yeah, we paid billions of dollars for this franchise. We can't just stop. We can't stop because we have money to make. Same with Star Wars. We can't just stop because every time we put out bad Star Wars, we damage the franchise more. And I still maintain that they would have been better off just sticking with George's Star Wars, not making anything new, and just being custodians of that. I think they would have been in a much better place, but
or good stories around that, but they didn't.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna wrap this up.
Yep.
All right, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Again, check out the Substack, clownfishtv.substack.com. We want to get you guys notified to do videos because God knows YouTube isn't going to do it anymore. Thanks so much. We'll talk later.
Bye.